This is the Shiloh Log Church, the Shiloh battlefield. Shiloh Log Church, built in 1851, was named ironically from the biblical term for Shiloh, place of peace. This small log church gave name to the famous Battle of Shiloh and became the site of some of the fiercest fighting yet seen in the Civil War. On Sunday morning, April 6, 1862, the quiet woods and fields around this small Methodist church erupted into a horrible battle. Shortly after dawn, the Confederate Army, under command of General Albert S. Johnston, attacked the Union division of General W.T. Sherman, camped at this location. The Union troops were determined to hold the high ground by the church, and the Confederates were equally determined to drive the Federals into the Tennessee River. After several hours of intense fighting, the entire Federal Army, under the command of General U.S. Grant, slowly withdrew toward Pittsburgh Landing, leaving this area with many dead and wounded from both sides. By early afternoon, General P.G.T. Beauregard assumed command of the Confederate Army after the death of General Johnston. Beauregard established his headquarters and directed the battle from this area near the church. By nightfall, Shiloh Church also served as shelter for the many wounded and dying men who had fallen during that day's fighting. The following day, April 7th, Shiloh Church was once again served as a critical location when the Confederate Army started their slow retreat back to Corinth. General Beauregard and his staff directed the retreat from this area. Although the original log church at Shiloh was destroyed during the battle, the log church before you is a near exact replica of that original church. Much detail went into building this church using hand-hewn logs approximately 150 years old that came from this area. This log church replica was started in 1999 under the direction of the Shiloh Sons of the Confederate Veterans Camp number 1454 and Shiloh Methodist Church. So while I'm in here, I'm going to read Psalm 70. Make haste, O God, to deliver me. Make haste to help me, O Lord. Let them be ashamed and confounded that seek after my soul. Let them be turned backward and put to confusion that desire my hurt. Let them be turned back for reward of their shame that say, Aha, aha. Let all those that seek thee rejoice and be glad in thee, and let such as love thy salvation say continually, Let God be magnified. But I am poor and needy. Make haste unto me, O God. Thou art my help and my deliverer. O Lord, make no tarrying. That is Psalm 70. And the significance of that psalm at this battle site, Shiloh battlefield, that is the psalm that when Sam Houston Jr. was shot, the Bible he was carrying over his heart that his mom gave him stopped the bullet, and the bullet stopped at Psalm 70. And that was the psalm. So Sam Houston Jr. would be found wounded on the battlefield, left for dead. He was spared, or I believe it was a federal army chaplain found him. They took him to the clinic, the medic. They saved his life, but then he went as prisoner of the war. And over at the peach orchard, as is where the battle was, the Hornet's Nest is just a little north of that. That's where the heat of the battle was, at Shiloh. Now over there is the governor of Tennessee. That's his grave, that obelisk. But over there where you see the steps, back behind those trees, is where Beauregard had his headquarters. This is the new church building. And over here, on this table where my stuff are, underneath this table top are the words, John F. Kennedy died November 22nd, 1963. Shiloh Park employees were making this picnic table that fateful Friday afternoon and wrote these words in the wet concrete. So I had supper here, cooked supper on this table, but underneath, let's see. Let me see if I can crawl. I have to crawl underneath there and see if we can get that. So that's what it says underneath this table.